Hello everyone, welcome on in to another video. I'm sure you've all seen the news about Feral Druid and the nerf coming our way. So let's talk about that. So what's happened? So last night there was a new PTR build, and in it a lot of the classes and sets and things got tuned. For Feral Druid, the 4-piece now has been soft capped to do reduced damage beyond 8 targets. In previous iterations of this, we were completely uncapped, which means, like, when we say uncapped, we're talking about everything hitting 20 targets. But it's like theoretically uncapped because when are you pulling more than 20 targets, right? Call it uncapped, but it's like coded to not hit more than 20. Feral, the 4-set bleed Sickle of the Lion was fully uncapped. So I understand that Blizzard probably looked at that and went, like, it was probably their intention from the beginning to cap it, right? There is some funky things happening with Feral right now, and I'll talk about it. It's probably to do with the coding of this spell, and I'll talk about that in a second. But this was probably going to happen regardless of any clip that you've seen, any 250k clip that you've seen. This was probably going to happen regardless, and I can understand why, because Feral being completely uncapped could have caused some pretty abusive gameplay to take effect. Like, you could, in theory, take 3 Feral Druids to a key. Crazy, I know, but you could, and then you could pull up a massive amount, they all pop their Berserk, and you kill everything in 10 seconds. And it's, like, fully uncapped. So, I could understand this being very strong in the right hands, right? Not generally, not for your weekly 15, not for you and Billy, just, you know, plugging some keys and whatnot. For very specific circumstances, I could see this being abused. So I understand them capping it. However, why would you cap it at 8 targets? Soft cap it at 8 targets. Why not 20, like every other spell in the game? When you literally just reverted the AoE soft cap, and then you hit us with a soft capped on our tier set. At this point, give me a new tier set, dude. Give me a refund. I want a refund. I'll take another one. All right, I'll spin the wheel again. Some other things that are happening with the set, so it's now ignoring armor. Previously, it wasn't ignoring armor, so this is a good change. That's good. We want it to ignore armor. The 4 set now no longer scales from mastery. It no longer snapshots from mastery at all. So mastery is not impacting the bleed, which is really, really bad. Really, really bad. I don't know what that's going to mean, but if mastery isn't increasing the damage of the bleed, and haste and verse and crit are, then we might go different stats in Mythic Plus. I don't know if this now not being affected by mastery is the bug, or if it was a bug that it was getting affected by mastery at any point. They don't give us information on this stuff. They don't tell us. So I don't know. It is continuing to triple dip from Tiger Fury, and it is no longer affected, or it's still not affected by balance affinity. So we're not getting the extended range on it. It is capped at 8-yard range. 8 targets, 8 yards. So all in all, this is, I think, very impactful, because there is specs right now that even, I mean, I was able to pull 26k DPS in a dungeon with Blessing of Summer, which is very strong, with PI, with Fey Guardian reducing my Berserk cooldown even further, and a low key with no affixes, and a full coordinated pre-made group on Discord pulling exactly around my cooldowns, and us waiting anywhere up to 2 minutes between pulls in order to have cooldowns back up and ready. And with all of that, I was able to do 26k DPS. Frost mages right now are doing 30k plus with nothing, with no assistance, with no help. So I'm just really confused as to what their angle is. Feral doesn't bring anything to the raid in terms of unique utility. So I don't know what they want to do with it. I don't know. I'd love to just hear some dev notes. Like, I'd just like for them to communicate with us. Like, what are you thinking? What are you feeling? Why are you choosing to do this? What is your angle? Now, if they do come in and they buff some of our other abilities, then I'd be happy with this. I don't mind this nerf because I understand that it was incredibly strong, and I don't mind the nerf if they then rebalance us elsewhere. If they're like, oh, Sickle of the Lion is doing too much of your damage and it was going to do way too much, okay, that's fine. But then give us damage elsewhere, because we are nowhere in danger of being OP. We're just nowhere in danger of that. Swipe right now, doing 4% of my damage. Crash, doing 3% of my damage. The amount of uses of this, by the way, will be at least 100, potentially over 100 uses of each of these abilities. And one of them's not doing as much as my melee attack, and the other one is tied with my melee auto attacks. Make it when we press buttons that they do damage, and then I don't mind this. Just buff us elsewhere, buff our base abilities, and then I don't mind it. But you can't shaft us like that and then give us nothing. It's just, I don't know. I started to be very positive about this, and I was starting to go in a positive direction. I was waking up every day, I was feeling good. I was going on PTR and I was playing keys just for the fun of wanting to play keys. But what's the point? What is the point in being positive about it? One good change about this as well is that Kindred Affinities stat bonus has been reduced. It's been nerfed, and then the stat bonus to your partner has been reduced quite heavily as well to 3% from 8%. So at least we're not going Kyrian anymore. For anyone coming into stream and going, oh, Sai, what about Kyrian? Nope, we won't be doing that. So at least that's one renown that we won't have to level up to 80. There you go, guys. That's some good news. Saved you some RNG farm. Fine. There are some other specs that are getting hit pretty hard. I know Shadow Priestess had like a 10% nerf. I think, I don't know if to their single target or what, but I know that they've been hit with like a 10% nerf or so. Survival have had some bug fixes, but they're actually fine still. They are absolutely still perfectly fine on Survival. I was playing with Giftia last night and its damage is still chilling. So no worries there. I think some of its damage actually didn't get buffed, but there are so many layers of where the damage is coming from that I didn't see it myself. I was just speaking to Giftia and they mentioned that some of the damage of the bombs has actually been increased, but I don't know the rest of it. I don't know what other things they fixed, if they fixed any. There's still the CDR problem, so you're getting way too much reduction than you should be. And yeah, other various problems with Survival. But that's pretty much it. I will comment as well. I know that there was some people are, I mean, when this first got announced, I had like 20 people message me and either sarcastically blame me for this getting nerfed, or like seriously like call me a clown and a clout goblin. I think I got called a clout goblin, which is actually, I don't know, I actually found that kind of funny. But people are like blaming me for this happening, and I wanna say a couple things on that. So you gotta understand my position, where Feral was looking strong, and I wanted to say to everyone, hey guys, look, we are looking strong, so play with us. Consider taking us to content. That was my angle, because community perception, you know, you show one clip on Max's stream, boom, suddenly the perception changes. I had people whisper me all the time. I had people private messaging me like, oh yo, how am I playing Feral then? What's going on? And multiple people doing that. I had people in game coming up to me like, yo, saw that clip, that's insane, dude, I'm gonna start playing Feral now. People coming into the stream saying, I saw the clip, I'm gonna start playing Feral. It was working in terms of changing community perception to get people to want to play Feral and see that it's good. The problem with trying to show that a spec is strong is that what can actually happen is the designer looks at one there's no way that they look at one clip and then like base their whole design around it on one out of context clip. There's no way. But yeah, so I think some people blaming me for that. So a couple things. There's no way as a designer that you do make your design decisions based on that. There's no way. Secondly, if you do, then you, like, I don't know, questionable. Thirdly, I didn't take the clip and throw it around. Somebody else clipped it. I was just having fun on PTR trying to see what Feral could do. Someone else clips it, shares it to WoW Highlights. I don't send stuff to WoW Highlights. Sent to WoW Highlights. It's got 40,000 views already. The clip itself had 2,000 views without any assistance. So then at that point, it's like, right, people have seen this. So then I go and I'm on Max's stream talking about Feral Druid, and then I say, oh yeah, check this out. Then from there, it gets like 12,000 views or whatever on the actual clip. But like, I'm not the reason it got nerfed. So anyone thinking that, that's just absolutely ridiculous. And if it wasn't me, it would just be the next guy. It would have just been some other guy that was doing it. And if it wasn't even that, then it would have gone live, and then it would have happened, and then they would have nerfed it. So it was inevitable. This was going to happen if Blizzard felt that it was going to happen. But yeah, I'm very disappointed in it. I'm very disappointed, but you know what? It is what it is. And yeah, let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section, guys. How you feeling, what you thinking, and yeah, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.